And I definitely jumped into another relationship so fast. It got my mind away from stuff.
Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton, good looking couple. I think even Kim's haters will admit that she's a good looking girl. Lewis Hamilton, handsome guy. But are they going to last? I don't think so. Let's be honest, guys. Because when we take a look at Kim's dating history, she eloped at age 19 and then she married Chris Humphries years later. And that lasted 72 days. Then, of course, we all know she married Kanye West, aka Ye. And that lasted for 8 years. And that was like a toxic relationship, man. Now, Lewis Hamilton, he's literally never been married at all. He's never had any kids. And his only long-term relationship, I guess, in the public eye, was with Nicole Scherzinger from 2007 to 2015. She reportedly ended it because he refused to commit. So, this is the complete opposite of Kim. Kim is rushing in. She's committing, throwing all her eggs in the basket, when Lewis Hamilton is like, let me step on the brakes a little bit. Now, in therapy language, therapists, I guess, would call this anxious avoidant pairing. With Nicole Scherzinger and Lewis Hamilton, where one person chases and the other person pulls away. Now, you take that and bring it into the relationship he has with Kim Kardashian. Are things going to be different? Maybe, but it doesn't look like it is. It doesn't always end the same way. I'm pretty optimistic in most cases, but either way, I think in this case, time will tell. It's just not necessarily looking like it's going to be any different, though. Now, one of the major differences between Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton is that Kim literally cannot leave her kids behind. She does not like traveling without them. She likes to be really, really close with them.
Did you sing at all yet?
I didn't want to.
You didn't want to? It's okay.
Whereas Lewis Hamilton, he's traveling all the time, especially because, his 2026 F1 calendar runs from March all the way to December with triple headers in Austin, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Las Vegas, Qatar, Abu Dhabi. He is going to be all over the place. And he also lives in Monaco. Kim, she has 4 kids who are in school. She also runs Skims, her brand, and she films The Kardashians. And she's actually still studying to pass the bar, right? On and off, but she's busy, right? Lewis Hamilton, he's always away. And like I said, Kim doesn't like to stay away from her kids at all. She already did an 11,000 mile round trip to London just to see him for 24 hours. Yeah. So, you can make it work, right? Like in any relationship, if you want to make it work, it can work. But here's the thing. Lewis Hamilton, he literally blames his constant travel for ending things with his previous serious relationship, Nicole Scherzinger, years before. And he's done this, he's experienced it, and it failed. So are things going to be different with Kim? We'll see.
When you're a teenager getting married, I've done it. You have no idea what's going on.
Kim Kardashian is the type of woman that loves marriage because she's done it 3 times and she is looking for love. She's looking for her Prince Charming, or I should say her king to sit on the throne with her. Kim has been public about her no longer wanting to have children anymore, and she's openly looking for a husband. Her own daughter, Northwest, even told her, "You're getting too old." Yeah, leave it up to North to literally slap Kim with those backhanded comments. Not even backhanded, actually. They're literally just as blunt as a knife, honestly.
She just said to me the other day, Mom, you've got to get remarried. You're getting too old.
Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton, he's in his early 40s, and he told Time magazine, and I quote, "I'm hungry, driven, don't have a wife and kids. I'm focused on one thing. That's winning." And then he told another outlet, "F1 is the love of my life," end quote. And he also said that retirement is nowhere on his radar. So translation, he wants a trophy, not a wedding. And sources already claim that Kim is pushing for marriage. But spoiler alert, his answer, it's going to be no. Let's be real. Kim and her new boyfriend, Lewis Hamilton, they're just completely different, guys. Kim hard launched their relationship on Instagram, and Lewis Hamilton, he actually famously refuses to post his partners. So right there, it's just a big mismatch in their relationship. Kim really chases the fame and he does his best to stay out of it. As a matter of fact, Louis has spent his entire career keeping his love life completely off of social media. But on the other hand, Kim's whole brand is all about being on social media, letting everybody know all the tea about what you got going on. That is literally Kim's brand. So can the two outlooks on fame and what needs to be public, can that coincide? Of course it can. But just looking at Kim's track record and how Lewis Hamilton handles things when it comes to relationships, there is bound to be some serious clashes over this. We all know that Kim Kardashian is really pushing for her relationship with Lewis Hamilton, but even her kids, they actually don't approve of her being with him.
Some of my kids want me to be with streamers. Like they have lists and they try to sneakily set me up.
Kim's eldest daughter, North, she wasn't at the family dinner with Lewis, and Kanye West is reportedly already calling him, being like, yo, Lewis, like, what's up? You know, I guess trying to sabotage his relationship with Kim. Maybe, or maybe giving him warnings, like, here are the red flags to look out for. But just for some quick context though, Kim brought Saint, Chicago, and Sam to a Nobu dinner with Lewis and both grandmas. But North, she just wasn't there. North was reportedly a total daddy's girl who openly says Kanye is the best, plus a real bond with Kanye's wife, Bianca Censori. Now reports claim that Kanye has been secretly calling Lewis to spill private details about Kim, and he's apparently demanding a face-to-face meeting with him. Sound familiar? Yeah, when Kim dated Pete Davidson, Kanye dropped a music video where Claymation Pete got kidnapped. Lewis better buckle up because with Kanye in the picture, this is going to be a bumpy ride. Most fans are predicting that Kim K and Lewis Hamilton's relationship will not last. When it comes to online polls, they're giving Kim and Lewis Hamilton's relationship a 39% odds of working out. They're literally predicting that this relationship, by the end of 2026, at the time of this recording, that they are not going to be together at all. And there's some people out there that are literally betting money that things aren't going to work out for them. But I'm curious, how would you describe Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton's relationship? And do you think that they're going to work out? Yes, no. Personally, I think that this relationship could see maybe 2 years max. I don't think it's going to lead to marriage though. I think they're just looking for different things at the point in their careers and at the point in their lives. And they're actually at two completely different places. So it's definitely going to be hard to gel. But I'm low-key kind of rooting for them, you know. I kind of feel bad for Kim a little bit. Like, she needs a win when it comes to the relationship department. Who's with me on that one?
All right, so today we're diving deep into Kim Kardashian's surprising dating history.
Wherever that takes me, I just want my pure happiness.
And this is according to a recent People magazine article. All right, here we go. So news has it that Kim Kardashian is back on the market and she is looking for love. So let's break down the lessons that she could have learned from her past relationships. Maybe some mistakes, but more importantly, who her right partner might be today.
I think I'm ready for the smaller experiences that I think will mean a lot.
So since making her first reality show debut back in the early 2000s, Kardashian's love life has been well documented and filmed over the years. Now, she's been married 3 times. First to music producer Damon Thomas, and then to former NBA player Chris Humphries, and most recently, the infamous Kanye West, whom she divorced in 2021 and shares currently 4 children with.
Kim and Kanye are splitting after 6 years of marriage.
Now, during a recent appearance on the Jay Shetty's podcast, On Purpose, Kardashian told the host that I'll always be a hopeless romantic. And that despite how her relationships have played out, I definitely love sharing my life with someone and love creating a life with someone new. The reality star said, adding that she's in no rush to find a new romantic partner and she's not lonely. Of course, she's busy running multiple companies and of course, taking selfies. All right, so Kardashian previously said she envisioned her future with someone out of the spotlight. However, if that's the case, she seems to only be dating people in a mega spotlight. She was most recently linked to NFL star Odell Beckham Jr.
Kim seemingly making it a date night with rumored boo Odell Beckham Jr.
And the pair split in April 2024 after less than a year of dating. From her 3 marriages to some brief flings, let's go through the breakdown of her relationships. So let's start with Damon Thomas. Her first relationship, she was quite young. When Kardashian was just 19 years old, she actually eloped with music producer Damon Thomas, who was 10 years older. Now, there's a controversial story behind this because she claims that the first time she got high on ecstasy was during a wild phase in her life. Following that comment, Thomas shot down any claims that the reason she eloped was because she was high on ecstasy, there were no drugs involved, but that their relationship was really just young love. Then we go on to Ray J. We all know what their love life, well, should I say life was like, because we got to see it very intimately. The whole world got to see it. Kardashian began dating musician Ray J in 2003 after meeting him while working as a stylist for Brandy. Did you know that Kim Kardashian used to work as a stylist and she used to style Paris Hilton and was actually her stylist? Now she's a billionaire and those are long memories for her, but I guess that taught her humility. I'm not sure if she practices it right now, but it did teach her that at the moment. Now, the couple went on to date for 3 years, during which they made sex tape. The infamous tape that everybody is claiming is the reason why Kim Kardashian is famous today. They say that's the only reason. Further rumor states that, that was actually a planted tape and that maybe momager Chris had anything to do with that. I don't know. I find that really weird and odd that her mother would do that. Again, these are all claims. We don't know what's factual or not, except that it really made a massive difference in Kim's career. Now, in 2007, when it was released, that is immediately when she shot into the spotlight. She later admitted that the couple made the sex tape and one of the few times that she took ecstasy. She mentioned that comment when she was 19, and now it's 2007, years later, she was on ecstasy again. That's what she said. Absolutely everyone knows it, like my jaw was shaking the whole time. Kardashian had said in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Now, even though the relationship ended in 2006, their names continue to make headlines. In 2018, Ray J made claims about the former couple's life, including details about marathon sessions. And Kardashian shot those claims down on Twitter, saying that Ray J was a pathological liar. Now, there was also, I remember in an episode of The Kardashians where she was extremely upset. She had actually called Kanye to do something because there was another threat of a part 2 of the tape when in fact there was a non-existent tape. It didn't actually exist, or the footage that they found was similar to the footage that was already released. So we've already seen it. The next relationship that is linked to Kardashian is Nick Leahy. I kind of was shocked about that. In 2006, Kardashian met Nick 6 months after the musician split from Jessica Simpson, and the duo went on a date together. Now, they checked out a matinee showing the Da Vinci Code, and that was captured by the paparazzi. A quote says she left about halfway through and went to the restroom. And then shockingly, there were 25 paparazzi when we left the theater. I think there were other things in play on our little rendezvous. Couldn't be a nicer girl. We had a great time, Leahy said on Watch What Happens Live in 2019, and adding that the two no longer keep in touch. That's probably because your wife wants you to have nothing to do with Star, okay? Or one of the biggest, sexiest symbol of Instagram. So I'm pretty sure that's why you don't keep in touch. Next, she was actually linked to Nick Cannon. I was kind of surprised about that. While working again as a stylist, they met on Moesha. Kardashian and Nick met for the first time. Back then, she was still dating Ray J, but apparently after the split, that's when her and Cannon reunited, and they split in 2007. So it was a very short-term relationship. 7 years later, Cannon reflected on the relationship during a radio interview and had stated, "She's a great girl, though. Her and her family are some of the most incredible people I've ever met in my life." That's great. I love the fact that, a few of her relationships now have made positive statements about her and have not, been saying anything nasty about her as a girlfriend or as a partner. Now, next came Reggie Bush. In 2007, Kardashian began dating football player Reggie Bush. This is not the first time that she has an interest or attraction to a professional athlete. You can see a pattern in that in her dating history. Now, this relationship was documented on Keeping Up with the Kardashians as fans watched the couple manage long distance while Bush spent the football season away from LA. And a year into the relationship, Kardashian told People that she thought Bush might be the one. Quote unquote, "I hope so. I think I finally made the right choice. He's just a really sweet, normal guy," is what Kardashian shared. Now, for her, I guess a football player is a normal guy. For the rest of the world, it's probably a big deal. Now, she's a big person in the spotlight. So for her, dating other men in the spotlight, it seems like a normal day, a normal choice. So it's surprising that she says she preferred to date somebody who's not in the spotlight. I don't know where that's going to happen because most of the time she's on television and she's meeting like literally other celebrities. So I am not exactly sure where Kim is going to meet a nice normal guy. Now, they split up in 2009 and they had called it quits. Apparently they reconciled a few months later, ready to take the next step. But she explained that the time apart had been beneficial and they made a decision that they wanted to make it work. And the couple even reportedly began house hunting. But by 2010, they decided to take some time apart. And he explained that the schedules at the time made it very difficult to dedicate the time to the relationship. So long distance isn't really workable for most people. And when you have two major stars and spotlights on them, it's hard to choose whose career takes priority, right? Next relationship is Miles Austin. The businesswoman started dating Dallas Cowboys football player Miles Austin. Again, a famous football player. This is somebody who is actively in the spotlight. You went from one football player to the next football player, and they dated in the summer of 2010. Now, they were spotted as a double date with the Kardashian sisters, and she was even seen hanging on the sidelines of the Austin football games. But the sources said the couple connected because they both were understanding of each other's work schedules and appreciated the mutual dedication of their careers. Now, this relationship did not last very long. Although the comment between the two was that they were supportive of each other for their careers, despite the relationship being stronger than ever, that same September, again, summer, now September, very short, the couple split shortly afterwards. She's then linked to Shango Dean, briefly dated her bodyguard in 2010. And apparently they met initially in native Australia. The duo later reconnected while the Kardashian was living in New York City. And on an episode of Kourtney and Kim Take New York, they said that they went on a couple of dates and even spent the night with him, but it eventually fizzled out. Now, I can see where it didn't seem very significant, but yet, you have your bodyguard, he's protecting you, you're probably sharing your secrets, there's intimacy there. So it's organic to fall into a convenient relationship or a relationship if you're single, he's your protector, there's attraction there, but it did fizzle out. So it seemed like the relationship probably didn't have enough substance. And perhaps he was not, maybe she didn't consider him at the same level. Who knows what the reasons were? I'm speculating based on what I know about women and their choices to date men. The next gentleman on the list is Gabrielle Aubry. In late 2010, man, she did a lot of dating in 2010. She was linked to model Gabrielle Aubry following his split from Halle Berry. Now, they were first spotted courtside at a Lakers game in November, and then were later seen catching a movie together. He reportedly even met the entire Kardashian clan over Thanksgiving. That's a pretty significant family gathering, pretty intimate for you to meet the entire family. This obviously indicates the relationship was could have been more than a friendship. While they said they were taking it slow, the relationship didn't last very long because they were part of the turkey drop. The turkey drop meaning that a lot of relationships end up breaking up either on or around Thanksgiving. And also breakup season happens close to December and the holidays. So they ended up being broken up by December. They still talk. They were just getting to know each other, but realized they might just be better off as friends. The next relationship, was not a long-lived one. Lots of tension there. My gosh, the size difference, when you look at size difference between Kris Humphries and Kim Kardashian, it is massive. So she began dating Humphries in December 2010. 2010 was a busy year for her. I don't know if it was her relationship year or her single year, but she definitely was doing a lot of dating. And, as a matchmaker and relationship expert, it feels to me that at least she's not prolonging the relationships, right? That very quickly one or the other decides that the relationship is not compatible, is not sustainable for long term. So they're not really dragging it out. So I can appreciate that about at least her partner choice in this example for a very busy year in 2010. Now, the relationship moved quickly, and despite the differences, like concerns of where to raise children, they got engaged after just 6 months of dating. Now, in a proposal captured by Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the basketball player popped the question in the couple's bedroom, which had been filled with roses. Well, filling a bedroom with roses probably isn't the most romantic way to propose to someone, but I guess it was good for the show. One of the biggest reasons, or at least cited biggest reasons, was that Kris did not want to be part of the whole, filming and Kardashian clan. He really did want to disassociate from being in that limelight. There was a lot of tension, supposedly, as to the reason why that ended up breaking up. They tied the knot in a star-studded ceremony in 2011, but 72 days later from walking down the aisle, Kim filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. I hope everyone understands this was not an easy decision. I'd hoped this marriage was forever, but sometimes things don't work out as planned. We remain friends and wish each other the best, she said in a statement. However, it wasn't the same sentiment from Kris's side. He filed his own paperwork asking for the annulment, claiming it to be fraud. He eventually dropped his annulment request, and the couple reached a settlement in April 2013, and the divorce was finalized in 2013. Interesting that it went from annulment to a settlement. Probably wouldn't have been good for television at the time, but boy, was that good content in the moment. Now, Kardashian reflected on the experience, admitting that she handled the breakup the wrong way. She wished she would have been more mature enough to go along with the annulment. And I guess no woman or person wants to say that their marriage was not real or that it was fake in any way, or admission that, there was the evidence that they should have never gotten married for whatever that was, because the rumor mill had it that the marriage was really for ratings. I don't know that to be true, pardon me. However, that is what people are saying. And she stated, I felt pressure. I thought I was going to let everyone down. The show paid us, obviously, a fee to film the show. I took my entire fee and probably Kris's fee because I wanted a bigger wedding than what they were going to pay for. So I used all of our production money on the wedding. So if that was like fake, I would have saved my money, Kardashian shared. Spending a lot of money on a wedding, an extravagant wedding, isn't evidence that it was a real wedding. It is evidence that you wanted to have a massive wedding and you wanted the whole world to see that. So I'm really not, seeing where the relationship is between, hey, if it was fake, I wouldn't have spent that much money. In fact, you spent quite a lot of money and it was unnecessary. So there you go. Moving on, we have Kanye West. Well, what is there not to say about this marriage? In fact, when they were first spotted together, it seemed as if this was the power couple. I mean, it was fueled with a lot of tabloids, major headlines. The media either loved them or hated them, fans included, either loved them or hated them. The fact of the matter is they were an iconic couple, a couple constantly under scrutiny, a couple constantly in the limelight. They were, a big part of the show. Essentially, it wasn't until 2008, going back, that the couple got to spend one-on-one time together working on a pilot episode. But West never made any romantic advances at Kim Kardashian, so he never made it obvious that there was an interest there. Now, apparently, he bought a cell phone just so he could tell Kardashian she shouldn't marry basketball player Kris Humphries. So he did that, okay? And the Skims founder was seemingly aware of West's feelings. One saying she often hid her engagement ring from Humphries so as to not upset West when they were together. That's being thoughtful, someone who is going to be your future husband, but that's really not saying much about your, love and loyalty and engagement to your current partner. Why would you not be showing off your wedding ring? Who cares if it hurts someone else's feeling? You're engaged to be married, which is the reason why he probably asked for an annulment. Now, by the end of 2012, actually following Kardashian's split with Humphries in 2011, she says she confided in West, who asked her to fly to Paris to see his fashion show. She agreed. And while staying with him, Kardashian says that she fell madly in love with him the moment she landed, and recalls asking herself why she didn't do it sooner. Now, here's the thing. It would be knowing what we know about the relationship, knowing what we know about Kanye West and how extravagant he is. And for those who assume he has a narcissistic personality or claim he does, he is a narcissist. Being loved and showered and courted by a narcissist for a woman or a man can feel surreal. It could feel like, oh my God, too good to be true. Most times there is love bombing. We know that, Kanye is extravagant with gifts. He's extravagant with his affection. He will buy out the entire Disney World. He'll buy out an entire stadium. He will go over the top with showing his love for you. And he's a lyrical genius. So imagine the things that come out of his mouth when he's trying to express his love and appreciation for the things that he really cares about. We know that throughout this relationship, there was a lot of, I don't want to say toxicity, there was challenges. Kanye West dealt with his mental challenges, his, mental health. There were debates about a number of things. We don't even know what's going on behind the scenes, including the Paris robbing and, Kanye's outbreaks and, Kim having to back her husband and support her husband in places where some people would have felt that Kanye embarrassed himself. This was not an easy relationship to watch, to be part of. And yet, there were some big fans of Kanye and Kim, and again, others that are like waiting for the disaster to unfold. As the relationship started to break down, things got ugly. We see where there were, I'll call them tantrums or outbursts on Kanye's part. Even present day, there's a video article going out about his complaint during a time over Christmas where he's saying it's all women there. I had the mother-in-laws of all mother-in-laws. Nobody listened to me. My family came. They couldn't, there wasn't enough room at Kourtney's house where they were doing, one of the sisters where they were opening presents. First of all, if there's not enough room at any of the Kardashians' house, I don't even know. I don't even know. People open presents in an apartment. 20 people smaller families or bigger families gather together in smaller spaces. So clearly, he was upset about that and still is over that relationship. However, the relationship ended up not lasting. As we all know, we've seen it in the tabloids. However, Kim has always tried to maintain a relationship with Kanye that was respectful, so that for her children, of course. And given what we know about the relationships with most of the Kardashians' exes, which is largely friendly, or at least the ones that they co-parent with, family is really important to them. And when you breed with the Kardashians, you end up being part of their family. So they will forever consider Kanye as part of his family. And Kanye seems to be still very hurt by the breakup of that. Shortly after that, when Kardashian and West finalized their divorce on November 29th, 2022, the couple agreed to joint physical and legal custody of their 4 children, and Kanye still having to pay Kardashian $200,000 a month in child support. That is not a lot of money when you had billionaire status. Now, not so much. And the fact is that Kim out-earns Kanye right now. So I wonder what that must feel like, or if they have to renegotiate the custody agreement. Needless to say, the next, I wouldn't say infamous relationship, but that's relationship that everybody was talking about for the longest time. And a big surprise was Pete Davidson. They had kissed. I think what really brought them together was the kiss on the skit for Saturday Night Live. But Kardashian and Pete Davidson first met during a night out with her husband at the time in 2019. Then following the split, they reconnected again in 2021 when she served as a host of SNL. They locked lips, and Davidson, during one of the show's skits, And she actually admitted she felt a little bit of a connection. And then she decided to reach out. I called the producer at SNL and was like, hey, do you have Pete's number? And they were like, yeah. I text him. I wasn't even like thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be in a relationship with him. I was just thinking, heard about this, BDE, need to get out there. And I was just basically DTF. All right. You guys can do the acronym abbreviation. However, that's what she stated. And weeks later, they were spotted holding hands. They were out in public. They were attending events together. And in March, they made things Instagram official. I have the cutest picture of all of us, and I want to be like, oh my God, we're so cute. But then I'm like, oh, don't be so desperate. Don't be posting so much. Just a glimpse. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Like, I haven't dated since Instagram existed. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are. And that's what Kardashian stated on the Ellen DeGeneres show. You know, that's kind of true, particularly as a single woman, as a celebrity, leaving or divorcing Kanye West, one of the biggest, the spotlight was on them. What are the rules for someone like her? What should she do or not she do? Do her fans want her to post or not post? I think a lot of people really enjoyed this relationship. It seemed like a lot of fun, but I don't think anybody really ever thought that the relationship would be long-term in any way. It feels like Kim was having her, I'm not even going to say midlife crisis because she's nowhere near midlife in my opinion, but she was having her, hot girl post-divorce year. And that's what led, in my opinion, to that relationship. They're having fun. Do your thing. Okay. However, by June, the pair split because of their busy schedules. That was credited to them. And on a June 2023 episode of The Kardashians, the Mama Floor reflected on the publicity surrounding her relationship. You obviously learn from every situation. And the one thing I learned from the last situation was the media to sneak around a little bit. There's nothing wrong with wanting to sneak. Okay. So again, there's the undertone that, hey, look, let me date. Let me have fun. Why do you guys have to make it so significant? I think that, especially that's interesting coming from her who says that her relationships are very romantic and that she just wants to be in love. But yet there's times in your life, especially post serious relationship, the last thing that most people want to do is jump right back into a serious relationship. She's running businesses. She's a mom of 4. Her children are young. And Pete was younger. So I think for her, this was really meant to be the kind of relationship she wanted to sneak around with. But who the hell are you kidding? You cannot sneak around dating anybody because the paparazzi is all up your butt. Every single person of that family. There are no secrets unless, there's a secret entrance. You never go out in public and all the dating happens indoors. Even then, they probably have, cameras or paparazzis popping out of the car, whatever it is. Next relationship is Odell Beckham Jr. In September 2023, a source told People that Kardashian had been hanging out with the Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. And the news came after the NFL star split from Lauren Wood, the mother of his son Zayden and his girlfriend of roughly. What I like about this relationship is now she's dating a man who has children. And this is a new situation for her as she hasn't dated anyone with a child like her. I like that. The relationship lasted for about a year, other than the details saying it was pretty casual and it fizzled out in April. She attended his 31st birthday. Mind you, she's older, she's more successful in her business. There doesn't seem to be a lot of long-term sustainability in relationships where women are far out earning their partners as well. He's younger. He has a child. She has a child. So there's some compatibility there. So what can we learn or take away from Kim Kardashian's relationship history? Very surprising. A lot of different variety, a lot of different personalities. Hopefully she has taken a lesson from each and every one of these relationships. She seems to maintain a positive attitude about them. I think the most challenging and difficult one that's noted that we can see in the public eye was her split from her divorce. To sum it up, like her dating history offers more than just celebrity gossip. There's some lessons you can learn there. Boundaries, communication, understanding of what the relationship is. She's been dating a lot younger now. Now, mind you, she looks better than a lot of women her own age, but a consideration for her is going to have to be, does this man want kids? Do they understand her career, her lifestyle choice, that they may feel second place or may feel inferior? That's a personal thing. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts about Kim's surprising dating history, and we want you to stay tuned for more celebrity insights.
Kim Kardashian is ready to sue bloggers who are linking her to Pete Diddy. It's having such a hard day today. Her boyfriend even exposed Kim K for something she has told is a lie. There's many videos showing that Kardashians have never missed one of Diddy's parties and posted on social media. So clearly Kim K is connected to Pete Diddy, and this is why. Kim K and her family, with Diddy attending the parties, they were very well-known people. We all know that Kardashians are not any music artists, or, you know, most of them are models, but they have never missed a party that Pete Diddy has made.
When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
He is doing a party. Obviously, everybody wants to be at the party. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people to meet, a lot of, you know, connections through the industry. And if you're not invited, it felt like, you know, I'm not good enough. And if you are invited to one of his parties, you felt like the star. You felt like, yep, he knows, you know, my industry, and being invited, it means a lot to these celebrities. So that's why when you get invited to P. Diddy's party, everybody is super happy to attend it. Hey, everybody knows Kim K is a party girl. She likes to go and show off her new dress, her new purse, talk about her business. I agree, she's a good businesswoman, but she's also a party girl, and as well as her other sisters. They have posted openly on their social media. So an Instagram post shared by Chloe in December 2019 shows her and the sisters at Kim Glammed Up while posting with P. Diddy with caption, "Nothing like a Diddy party." You can see that there's a lot going on there. I mean, again, like I said, every celebrity wanted to be a part of it. Every celebrity wanted to meet P. Diddy, understand how to be in his shoes and be on top of the world. Not to mention, P. Diddy is a billionaire. Not a lot of artists are. A lot of fans, a lot of bloggers, a lot of TikTokers, all of them, including me, have said that Kim Kardashian is involved with P. Diddy, and she knows all the stuff that's going on, and videos are gonna be leaked out, and everybody's gonna find out. She's not a happy camper. She is not a happy camper, so she starts suing everybody. I mean, it's not even she sues celebrities. She is suing normal people that are just posting their thoughts about Beyonce. You know, everybody's posting opinions about Jay-Z, Beyonce, and other artists. People are thinking that Kim K is also involved with this. Kim K gets very fired up, and she's not a happy camper. That's how I say it. So she started to get back at those people that are saying non-positive comments, and people are shocked. Her lawyer even said she needs to be stopped. She needs to stop all this because the lawyer will sue her for, you know, just going off. Like, of course, this girl has the money, and of course, a lot of us don't have the money she has. Hey, Kim K, I hope I don't get sued for this one. I get it. Like, she doesn't want her name to go down with P. Diddy. Like, a lot of celebrities that P. Diddy has worked with have brought them all high up, sunshine stars. But now he's going down, and a lot of other celebrities are going down with him. And Kim K does not want to be the one going down with him. So the girl said, hey, I'm not involved. I'm gonna start suing everybody, which is really wrong. One of the users have mentioned that nothing can stop what's about to unfold. The Blast reported that a lawyer defending the people that Diddy affected, Tony Busby, claimed many of Diddy's celebrity friends are paying off people to avoid all these troubles. And Tony shared, we want to make sure if the named individual beyond Mr. Combs, aka P. Diddy, we have done our homework because it is going to create a firestorm, and understand that. So I totally understand from other people's side. I understand that a lot of celebrities don't know what they're going into, if this person is a good person. The ones who decide to stay till the end, they're going down. A lot of celebrities have left friendships with P. Diddy because they understood that something's not good. You know, he's not vibing, he's not a vibe, so they have left. Again, some celebrities that wanted to leave, unfortunately, because of P. Diddy's situation, they did have, they're not here with us, but those who managed to keep it quiet and leave quietly from P. Diddy, you know, they're speaking about it. They're not scared to talk about what P. Diddy did. Now, I think Kardashians in general, I think they're hiding something from us. I don't think they did something really dramatic like Beyonce and Jay-Z. I feel like they just know some stuff. And obviously when they do talk about it, they're gonna get in trouble. But yeah, while Kim appears to be safe for now, in the Diddy case, there's no telling what will come out upcoming months. So we don't know if, you know, Kim was innocent, and she just feels weird that people are saying that about her, and she just, you know, she just wants the support from fans, or there's something she's hiding. Diddy faces over 120 dramatic events that had happened with him and other celebrities, with many claiming they were drawn into gatherings that he's done, his freak-offs parties and all the parties, white parties, whatever he's done. Over 30 years, I feel like that's a lot of stuff that's gonna come out. Ray J, Kim's ex-boyfriend, recently commented on his experience at Diddy's parties, expressing what has happened at the parties. It seems like, you know, first hour, 2 hour, it's a pretty normal party until it gets to the nighttime where the things get a little bit odd, and he didn't feel too comfortable being there, and you know, his Kim just had so much fun that she forgot about her boyfriend. And Ray and Kim have dated since 2002 to 2006. Ray has been exposing Kim Kardashian. He has been saying that all the stuff she says is a lie. Now, Kim K is going after him, saying that she has not been lying and that he is lying. But we will find out the truth when all the videos, recordings, everything comes out. And it's just gonna be so wild, so exciting, honestly, like to see who is who. And, you know, I don't, like I said in the videos before, I don't think we'll have any celebrities left, but definitely Kim K is trying to protect her name and all the work she has put in to be Kim K.